The holy grail of suffering. Welcome to the Hautacam. Forget yellow jerseys, forget El Lombardia, forget the Giro Tour double. There's only one thing Tadej Pogačar wants before hanging up his cleats forever. The Hautacam record. Yes, the Hautacam. That charming little Pyrenean mountain with a name that sounds like a rural French dentist's office. It's become the singular obsession of Tadej Pogačar. At 25 years old, Tadej, aka in his increasingly unhinged narrative, has racked up enough trophies to decorate every roundabout in Slovenia. But he will not retire. He cannot, until he beats one guy from the 1990s who may or may not have had the pharmacological support of a small laboratory. Let's get our bearings. So the climb is the Hautacam, the length is 13.6 k's, the elevation is 1,163 meters, average gradient of 7.9%, and the maximum gradient topping out at 13%. Scenery is rolling meadows, cowbells, and even the ghosts of cyclists pass, breathing heavily in the mist. It's not the steepest climb in the Tour, nor the longest, but Hautacam punches like a drunk rugby fan in the 85th minute. It's one of those climbs that exposes weaknesses with the grace of a sledgehammer, turning champions into spectators in real time. And nestled in its asphalt DNA is a record so cursed, so untouchable, so utterly 1996 that it keeps even Pogačar awake at night, clutching his pillow, whispering, "I'm coming for you, Rees." The ghost of Jan Rees. Let's talk about the man, the myth, the walking pharmacy, Jan Rees. On July 16, 1996, during stage 16 of the Tour de France, Rees levitated up Hautacam in a time of 34 minutes and 57 seconds. That wasn't just fast, that was, the laws of physics politely excused themselves that day, kind of fast. To paint a picture, he dropped Miguel Indurain like a stone, he won the Tour de France, his bike might have been lighter than his own blood plasma, and his eyes glowed red on the final hairpin, allegedly. The record's still there, still standing, like a fluorescent, needle-filled middle finger to the modern generation. Pogačar, for all his gifts, came close. In 2022, he climbed it in 36 minutes and 40 seconds. Not bad for a guy riding in 35 degrees Celsius heat while fending off an unrelenting Team Visma tornado named Jonas Vingegaard. But Rees, still faster. And don't you dare bring up clean eras or context. This is about numbers, and Tadej knows it. As he reportedly told teammates after the 2022 defeat, quote, "You can keep the Mallet Juan, I want the Hautacam. Jean's ghost haunts my cadence." Tadej's obsession, one record to rule them all. To understand Tadej's obsession and fixation, we need to dive into the mind of a man who's already conquered the sport. This Tour de France champion, multiple times, check. Monument winner, yep, try 4. Giro Tour double, yep, achieved while chewing gum and solving Wordle misstage. Strava following count above most pop stars, yes. He's done everything except, say it with me now, beating the Hautacam record. Sources close to Tadej say he now measures all fitness metrics in Rees units. Oh, what's your VO2 max, Tadej? 0.87 Rees. Not enough. I must increase. His coach tried suggesting a rest period after the Giro Tour double in 2025. Tadej reportedly threw a baguette across the team bus and shouted, "I didn't suffer through 5 weeks of endless mountains, so I could just retire with dignity. I will suffer on Hautacam and I will suffer fast." He has since cancelled beach holidays, delayed family weddings, and allegedly told his dog, "You'll get walkies when I get that record, buddy." Rumour has it UAE Team Emirates has booked the entire Hautacam access road for 3 weeks in September. One objective, one climb, one man, and one Danish record. What makes the climb so damn hard? Let's be clear, Tadej's not obsessed with some easy Strava KOM you can't poach after a double espresso and a tailwind. Hautacam is evil. It's irregular, bumpy, demoralizing, and the first half tricks you think into you're doing well, 7%, maybe 8%, are manageable at the first half. Then suddenly it pinches, with long stretches at 10% or more, no shade, just heat, bad pavement, and a lot of pain. There are no majestic hairpins to distract you, no snow-capped peaks to admire, just relentless gradient and sheep who watch your suffering with indifference. Now let's compare. 1996 Reese attacks solo, no power meters, probably no soul left. 2022 Tadej fights through 35 degrees Celsius with Vingegaard breathing down his neck like a Nordic chainsaw. Power estimates, Reese is at 6.6 to 6.7 watts per kilo, and Tadej and Jonas were calculated to be at 6.2 to 6.3 watts per kilo. And yet the time difference remains. A full 1 minute and 43 seconds. An eternity at that level. How can you close that gap? Altitude tent? Altitude life? Cloning yourself and forming a breakaway with clones? Tadej has tried everything: heat adaptation, power drills, aerodynamic socks that whisper encouragement, meditation apps narrated by Geraint Thomas, but still the record is to Reese. Tadej's final chapter: no record, no retirement. Tadej Pogačar has already said in numerous interviews that he cannot rest until the mountain bows to him. Quote, "I don't need another tour. I don't need another monument. I need to beat a bold man from 1996 who rode like he drank rocket fuel." Yeah, he didn't actually say that, but imagine he's probably thinking that. Team UAE have built a custom Hautacam bike. It weighs less than a banana and costs more than your house. It's rumoured to have a built-in Reese Scream simulator to push him up the final 3 kilometers. He's even developing a special climbing cadence known as Reese Rhythm, which involves shifting every 2.3 seconds and whispering, "I am the new Danish overlord," under his breath. And yet, no dice, not yet. When asked in a post-tour 2025 press conference if he was planning retirement, he simply said, in my imaginary mind, quote, "Oh, only after Hautacam. Everything else is background noise. I've beaten Jonas, I've beaten Remco, I've beaten Cobbles and Italians, and even that one time Van Aert attacked on the descent. But I haven't beaten the Hautacam. Hautacam. Whatever, I'm coming for it." Final word. So the story of Tadej Pogačar, cycling's golden boy, goat herder, an occasional meme, he continues, not because he lacks greatness, but because one climb continues to elude him out of all the records that he has achieved. From all the tours, to all the races, to everything that this guy has achieved, it's this one thing that he really needs to get before he retires. There may not be many quotes on it, and the ones I featured today were just made up by my imagination, as I stated clearly, but I'm telling you now, this is definitely one of the reasons he is not retiring, and one of his main goals for the future. He is not content with being the best. He must also be the fastest on a forgotten Pyrenean hell ramp, measured against a man who made a pharmacological smoothie for breakfast in 1996. The irony is cruel. The best cyclist of a generation, chasing the ghost of a chemically enhanced past. But that's sport, isn't it? It's not always fair, it's not always rationale, and sometimes it's just Slovenian superstars shouting into the French wilderness, "I will not retire until this happens." And by this, he means the damn Hautacam record. Godspeed, Tadej, may your watts be righteous and your gradient forgiving. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this and you're new to my channel, please subscribe to stay up to date with all of the latest cycling news, cycling drama, and cycling results. Leave a like on today's video for good luck, and also feel free to comment down below your opinions on what you think about this, or any more information you'd like to add to this news.